Hello. Today I want to talk about other things I encountered during my one of the biggest psychoses I had around 2005. Last night I wrote a couple of things down about that. What popped up again afterwards after the movie from yesterday. It were all woven stories. I have to say that. So every day a couple which were combined into one bigger story. Yeah. And anywho, I thought there would become a war in the Netherlands, especially in my hometown, that everything was bombed, everything was on fire. And all small towns surrounding Volendam were also in war. But eventually I got it mixed up with fantasy stories like Star Wars, Lord of the Rings, Akira. I saw Jedi's passing by. I saw the big machines, At-Ats and the thing on two legs. Lord of the Rings and Akira. So I don't know, the weird creatures from Akira were in another town, and I could see them, and they were after me, and terrible. Other things what happened. Street signs. I thought that street signs could read my mind through electromagnetic fields. That they could check out my iris or pupil, and that they could lock on into me, and that they could track me down in a way. So what I did was then I took off all of my clothes and walked naked outside because I didn't want to get caught. So I drove around on my bike, cycling around. That's also what happened. Sometimes I had a car, sometimes I was cycling or walking. I also went to Amsterdam, aluminium, the folie. I made small sort of stones from that, and I was throwing them everywhere through the city. So that, because if I was in another dimension, I could pick up those small stones, and they would have become gold by then. You know. I also wrote emails to friends with weird things, also about the war, and telling them from it's not true, it is true, and it is not true, something like that, and people thought, okay, what is going on? So that was that wasn't much fun actually. Fortune telling. I did have some trouble with that back then, but that was in 2001. I never believed in fortune teller actually, but back then I did because I thought, I am believing in the afterlife. I thought I know about the afterlife, so everything has to be good for me, because I know, so I will get beautiful things in my life. That wasn't the fact. I won't talk about I want to talk about everything actually. But I did take a couple of things with me when thinking about a relationship. Don't want to talk about that. That was terrible. But eventually, it didn't become a relationship. I was, during the years in love for 2 times max. That didn't work out well because I was psychotic. So I didn't do that. I did, what's the word? Harassed one girl. That was difficult. That was not good. No. So when I noticed, I quit with it immediately. Anyway, that's that. Computer games. I was sucked inside computer games and projected that on the outside world as well. So then I was thinking about Mario Brothers with the princess and things like that. But also from other gaming consoles like the Xbox and the GameCube back in that time. That was tough. So eventually I didn't play computer games anymore because I couldn't cope with it. When playing a game, I couldn't concentrate, and I was sucked inside of those games. That wasn't great. Volunteers work. I did a lot of volunteers work, especially in the local youth center with music. I really loved doing that, and there were great people there. which became friends of mine for many years, even to this day on. I had to quit with that. That was before my hospitalization, so I was right about it, that I had to quit. Because back then I thought that something is wrong, but I can't put my finger on it. I don't know what it is. So I quit with that just before I got hospitalized. I also saw invisible castles throughout the province of North Holland, in towns and things like that, and so really big castles and from the past, and that people didn't know about it. That those castles were real, So that wasn't. No. Okay. When being hospitalized, I got a lot of friends who visited me. I was really grateful for that. I didn't realize how ill I was, but we did talk about it, a cup of tea with a cup of coffee, playing games, but also talking about it, what was going on. I was really grateful for that, and I was looking forward to it as well. One time in a week, my parents visited me in the first couple of weeks every day. I was very grateful for that. Afterwards. Because then you look back and you think, okay, that's nice. And they did a lot of great things for me, even till this day. So that is a very, very good thing. Art Academy. I told about that yesterday, but the second year I was down and out. So in total, I went to the Art Academy in Amsterdam for about 1 month. I couldn't communicate because I was really psychotic and inside myself and in feelings and in thoughts. I couldn't talk with my classmates. They were all very young, around 16, 18 years old, a couple 19 or 20, and I was in my half 20s in a way. I had to quit with that, and that was also what the director said. Maybe this is not something for you in a way. I had really difficulties with that because I really wanted to draw and paint. So, but like the paintings I showed you yesterday, also that one over there, and about the afterlife are all paintings I made after. No, these ones before going to Art Academy in Amsterdam again, but the others after, when I quit with it. So that's nice because I was really happy with those paintings. Walking outside in the night, I walked, not every day, but sometimes I needed to get out of the house because I was hearing voices. I was totally lost. I lost it. So I had to go outside. Even saw cops, police once. What are you doing here? It's 2 a.m. They were very friendly though, but I was, I lost track of all of that. I also, I don't want to talk about everything, of course. I was scared for summertime because there were many people outside and I couldn't, I was afraid of them, I couldn't think normally, losing control all the time. Like I said in one of my poems, the thoughts not reaching the shores of the mind. Because you have how do you say that? You have a sort of, I don't know what I want to say. Doesn't matter. So that's about it, I guess. I did have some things, but I don't want to talk about everything. Also, I live in a gossip town. That is a fact. People want to know everything about each other, even from, your great grandfather. So that isn't much fun, actually. But I do live in a great town. It's a nice place, but maybe I want to move in the future, to another place, even if it's just for a couple of years. Because in my hometown, people always stay in our hometown, for their entire life. But I would love to see other things as well. But at this moment, that's still not possible. And like going on a holiday, my last holiday was in 2007, because I'm ill. And if you're ill, you can't travel. So maybe in the future, I really hope so. Television, emails, troubles. Like I said, with television, that I saw things, and then I am that. That's not cool. So until this day, I don't watch television. Actually, I pulled the plug out of my television many years ago, and I feel good with that. You know, great. Um, yeah. So a bit in a nutshell, this is what happened to me around that time. Um, and then next time, maybe I will talk about my beliefs in the afterlife, maybe showing a couple of paintings. My paintings, there are also movies on YouTube about my paintings. You can find that in the playlist with the paintings. But I think I will show that as well in the future. So for now, have a good day, and until next time. Bye.